This was Aya al-Hijazi, a dual Egyptian-American citizen, appearing on Cairo television with some of the many children living on Cairo's streets that her nonprofit group was set up to help.
They did things that led them to the streets, and we don't want them to repeat those actions. And even if they're not back on the streets, we need to make sure their living situation is a good one.
A few weeks after that appearance, Hijazi, her husband Mohammed, and several others were arrested and charged with sexual assault against those children. Her trial began last November after more than 2 years of delays. Hijazi's lawyer says that's because the prosecution has no evidence against her.
So far, they get up there on the stand and they say, we can't remember anything about the case. One police officer, who I think was the arresting officer, couldn't even identify Aya and Mohammed from the stand. All of this to us just speaks to how political and how trumped up the charges were from the beginning.
Egyptian and several international human rights groups agree. Even though Egyptian law limits pretrial detention for no more than 2 years, Hijazi has been denied bail. Last year, the U.S. State Department called on the Egyptian government of Abdel Fattah al-Sisi to release al-Hijazi, but it lashed back, saying U.S., quote, official circles were disrespecting the rule of law in its country.
So I would challenge the issue of bogus accusations, and I think it's important to recognize the impartiality of the Egyptian judicial system.
Sisi himself has accused Hijazi and other human rights groups of seeking to undermine his government.
We're talking about an extremist faction. We're talking about factors that want to destabilize countries. We need to be very sensitive when we deal with all of this while being committed to the human rights.
Hijazi's lawyer says her release should be a top priority for President Trump, who's highlighted his warm relations with Sisi.
We fully expect that before Sisi makes an official visit to the U.S., that this is an administration who will make good on its word to put America first, and that includes American citizens who are detained abroad.
So far, neither the president nor his Secretary of State, Rex Tillerson, have spoken out about the state of human rights in Egypt. Remaining silent would mark a sharp break from decades of such advocacy by the U.S. Tom Ackerman, Al Jazeera, Washington.